Hello, everyone. We are going to do another giveaway. I think the last one was in March, so it's time to move some more stuff along. Keep in mind, I've used or at least flown everything that flies, and it's all been crashed. But when I last flew it, it was still working. But there's no guarantees that once it gets to you that it still works, because I'm not getting into that. It doesn't cost you anything. That's the other thing. If you're new to the channel or new to the giveaways, the channel pays for shipping. The only thing that could come out of your pocket would be if you live outside the US and there is some sort of tariff or taxes or something like that. Once it gets, to the point where it charges you that would be your responsibility. You don't get involved by leaving a comment, although you're free to leave as many comments as you like. You also don't have to be a subscriber. I do encourage that because there is a results video, and just about every time I do a giveaway, there's one or more of the winnings that just don't get claimed. And when they don't get claimed, I don't do another immediate drawing or try to select someone else. It goes back onto the shelf and it eventually finds its way into another giveaway. So, how do you get involved? And we'll get to the goodies. They're sitting down here. How do you get involved? Well, there's a link down in the video description, and it's a very short, basic form, usually 3 questions, and it does collect your email address. Don't worry, I don't have a newsletter. I don't have any sort of business association reasons why I would want your email address. So, no concerns there, as all the other people could probably tell you that they've won over the years. The email address is just a way that I can connect with you and we can get the winnings to you. There is that results video. That's another way that I try to alert you to the fact that, you may have won something. It's also a way that we kind of keep everything even, Steven. What we do is all the results go into a spreadsheet, and then we go to random.org. We pick, we have the integer generator, if I can speak, pick us a number one at a time, and then we go to that line on the spreadsheet, and that becomes the winner. I do not divulge your email address. There'll be a spot on the form to have your friendly name as well as your legal name. Legal name would be for shipping purposes. Friendly name would be what we do show on the channel. So that is how you get involved. And again, it takes me some time. This video and the giveaway will let run for about 7 days. I've got some travel coming up, but otherwise, I should be able to meet the about 7 days. So on the 7th day, don't start messaging me, did you do the drawing yet? Did I win? Because those won't get any sort of responses. It's just, those get to be too many. And I have a family, day job, and a personal life and all that stuff to take care of. So if you message me about the giveaway, you probably won't get a response. It's not to be mean to you. It's just, have your patient pants on. All right, so let's get to it. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. There's 7 items. Not all are quads. And I usually try to pick a smattering of different types and video systems. So there's a chance you'll get exactly what you want. There's a chance that you won't, but you'll get something if you do get selected. Okay, let's start with the biggest package. And then we'll just kind of go in random order. I just wanted to do the biggest package first. And the first item is the Nano Scout, Emax Nano Scout. It's not the Pro version. This is analog, ready to fly kit. You can see below here, we've got the E8 radio, and then we've got the transformer goggles. We've got all the accessories in here. We've got a little charger. We've got the quad itself. We've got a little accessory bag. So I think I've got everything still with it, but this will be number 1. Number 2 is the AX12 from Radiomaster. It's the one with the giant screen in here, and it has HDMI inputs. I just don't see this as a radio that I would have a use for. Having the inputs for potentially showing things for filming purposes, that's all fine and well, but I've kind of figured out ways to cover that sort of stuff. So I thought I should pass this on. You guys might want this particular radio, and it's can serve its own little purpose, but I don't think it really fits with me and traditional FPV. So this will be number 2. Oh, by the way, when we do the results video, if you're selected first, you get the first package. If you're selected second, you get the second package. There's no swaps or asking for a particular winnings. That just doesn't work. So that's not what we do. So if you're picked first, you get the first thing. You pick second, you get the second thing, third, fourth, so on and so forth. Okay. Next up is the Mobula 8. It is the one with the DJI-04 in it. The magnification lens did break on this. So that's the one thing. I looked around. I could have swore I had another magnification lens. Maybe I put another one on there. during my review process and broke that as well. I can't remember, but I could not find another one of those lenses. I do have an extra canopy and camera mount in here. And of course, the camera is not damaged, so you could fly it without the magnification lens if you were to chose to do so. But if you wanted to fly this as it is, you would want to either take the magnification lens out or find a replacement for it, but that will be number 3. Number 4 is the GepRC Dark Star 16, I believe it says on the box, 16. And this does have the 04 Pro in it, so that might be of particular interest. It does have an extra canopy, and it's got the little hood. It's got most of, if not all of the accessories with it as well. I believe this is 2S, if I remember correctly. There should be videos on all this stuff, so if you have any questions, just search the channel for this particular one. But this will be number 5, right? Number 5. Actually, this is number 4. So next up will be number 5. And number 5 is the Emax Nano Scout, Tiny Hawk Nano Scout. I think they called this one the Pro. This is the previous iteration. This is not the one I just did a video on. So this one is white. That kind of one of the telltale signs of the previous iteration is HD0. It does have the EM20 battery connector on it, but down in there you can see the DiviMath chip. So definitely HD0, and it does have a kit, or not a kit, but a case, as well as extra props and the some extra accessories down in there. I think there's got some battery connectors down in there, so you could make an adapter or pigtail to run BT20. I've done that in the past if you watch the videos. What's this? Oh yeah. And it's got a little tiny screwdriver and repair kit. I'm not going to get this one all the way out, but this is the Newbie Drone Lion Bee. It's the long range developer kit. Hopefully that comes through there. So this is when you won't want to crash. Don't crash it. But I've got everything inside the box that they sent with it. Pigtails, battery straps. We've got all the little things that it came with and things that I may have had to use to build it up. So the Newbie Drone long range developer kit, that will be number 6 in our drawing. And last but not least is an oldie but a goodie. This is a Fractal 75. If you're not familiar with the Fractals, they have a carbon fiber bottom plate that they use. And this particular one has one of those diamond boards from Happy Model. These boards either died right away or they lasted quite a while. It does have, I believe, yeah, you can see it right there. It has a micro USB port rather than USB-C. So we've got the RunCam camera on here, but it is not the original lens that came out way back before the pandemic. It's got the kind of the notched lens, the one that came out after that. And it's also got a bunch of stickers inside and, of course, the accessories. So many of you are familiar with the Fractals. They're a lot of fun. They fly differently than a traditional Whoop due to that carbon fiber frame. And, the motors don't flex when you're in flight, so you can tend to get a more rigid PID tune off it. This was a bind and fly that I bought or got from Fractal itself, so it's tuned by Fractal. Although because of its age, you may find the Express LRS version needs to be updated. So do your CLI and do a backup of the PID tune on this before you do any beta flight or Express LRS flashing. I suspect the board is old enough to where I don't think we could flash Express LRS on its own. I think it was cooked into beta flight at this time. But it's fun Whoop. And I'm kind of surprised I found it because I didn't know I still had it. I kind of got away from me. I thought the box was just a Whoop frame box. I didn't realize it had a Fractal inside. So as I was going through stuff recently, I saw this and I found this inside. I was like, whoa, holy catfish. What a find. So I'm going to pass it on to you, and it is number 7 in our drawing. So those are the items that are in our giveaway this time. Should be labeled August. Again, there's that link down in the video description. It goes to a Google form. Very short, very quick. You should take less than a minute, really, unless you really give questions a lot of thought. You don't have to be a subscriber. It is encouraged to make sure that if you are selected, that you get in your YouTube notification feed, you get the notification that the results video is out. That's one of the additional ways you can be notified that is out, and you can see whether you've won or not. You don't have to leave a comment, but comments are welcome, of course. The comments don't get you involved. It's just the form. Again, the channel pays for all the shipping, but the tariffs and taxes that may come due when they get to your country or location, if you're outside of the U.S., that stuff the channel doesn't cover. I'm not even certain there's a way for me to cover it running through shipping this stuff, but It doesn't at any rate. Get down there in the link in the video description, click that and go to the Google form. Make sure you fill it out. Make sure you're using an email address to get into that form that you do actually check. If it's your spam account, some of us have spam accounts that we use for sign up for things that might be questionable that we just don't want to be bothered with. I wouldn't suggest using that one. I would use an actual account. Don't worry, I'm not going to sell it or use it or contact you incessantly for some particular reason. So it's all safe. It's all good. Been doing these giveaways this way for many, many years. I don't think anyone has been unsatisfied as of yet because it's free. All right, I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching.